Hello, everyone. 2 weeks is over. I'm back. Did you miss me? Um. So first off, I want to say a few things because a lot of shit happened in these last 2 weeks. I'm sure you guys know, what happened these last 2 weeks because everyone's been kind of talking about it. But the one thing that caught my attention during my vacation, because I took a break from making videos and I was also like away from my home, so I really couldn't be making videos anyway. Anyways, um. I was on Twitter and I was watching. I was like kind of like reading the tweets from Dragon Killer and Eddie. Shout out to you two. And one of the things that I came across was Phil's Patreon. Let's actually go to his Patreon because this is something that we should talk about. As you can see, his goal has dropped to $1,025. Before it was $1,250. So when this dropped, everyone thought that he dropped it because the other goal wasn't successful or whatever. And then Phil kind of explained it, saying that, oh, these are just conspiracy theorists. It was always this goal. Patreon, like whatever. He kind of had this weird explanation for it, and he even did a pre-stream where he showed the website and tried to explain it, but didn't really explain it. And then that alone, I was like, that's gonna be my first video because this is fucking retarded what he's doing. And then he goes on his forums, and this guy probed and like forced Phil to show proof of this email that he got from Patreon, and the actual amount he has made off of Patreon. Why he did not show this in a video is beyond me. Because if he put it in a video where everyone can see it, it would have made more sense. But instead, he said that people don't care, people who donate on Patreon don't care, but they do because when I give you money, I want to know where my money is going. And it's dumb that it just how he handled it on the forums was just a train wreck, and it was just retarded. He insulted everyone for no reason, even people who donated him. He basically insulted by saying that they don't care about their money. Um, but anyways, so he showed proof, but it's like you're putting it on a website that's dead. Why? This proof is gonna do nothing but help you not come off as shady. But he even managed to make him posting proof shady. This guy is shady when he doesn't need to be shady. So there's that. That happened, and like I can't believe that should happen. So there's that. Last piece of business I want to get into before we get into this video is gonna be very quick. I'm gonna be doing 2 streams this week. One is gonna be much later. It's gonna be a 24-hour stream. I'm probably gonna do it. I think Wednesday or someday. I'll post on my Twitter when I'm gonna do it. So just keep an eye on my Twitter, and you'll know when I'm doing this 24-hour stream. There's a lot of stuff I want to work out. I don't know if it's gonna be me playing games or whatever. The other stream I'm gonna do is gonna be today, Monday, as I upload this video. I'm gonna be doing a Ask the King Endure stream on Twitch because I hosted a poll on Twitter asking where you guys would want to see the stream, and Twitch won the poll last I checked. So I will post information on that on my Twitter when I start doing that stream. I won't be doing it anytime soon. I'll probably be doing it around 6 p.m. my time, which is on the East Coast. So there's that. And that's it. The only reason why I wanted to do this Ask the King Endure stream is because I think it's gonna be fun because since I went to Greece for the last 2 weeks, I was able to bring back Greek booze and only one bottle, so that's not that much. But I'm gonna be drinking some of that during the stream, so I'll probably get really drunk, and that'll be fun. That'll be fun, I think. So there's that. Um, so hope to see you then. But let's get into the week in preview. Oh, nice fan.
Alright, what is up everyone? Darkside Phil here and welcome to the Weekend Preview. Today is Sunday, August 21st, 2016. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing a beanie hat like this, it's very simple. My hair was all messed up. I didn't feel like brushing or combing it, and I said, oh, here's a hat, and I literally just tossed it on before I started recording today. So, welcome to the
52 seconds in, and he is talking about his hair and how lazy he is to even take care of it. Thank you, Phil. Like already you encapsulated why I even like bother.
Weekend Preview. What a week we've got coming up. I'm
Uh,
very excited for multiple reasons. For the first time in some 3 months, finally, we're kind of ending the gaming drought, so to speak, and we're gonna have some really high.
Dude, even like you're the 2 weeks, like bringing up the 2 weeks, but he was like hyping No Man's Sky, like, oh, we're done with the drought. Oh, Batman. Oh, and now it's like, yeah, and now we're out of the drought because apparently he rage quit No Man's Sky. That's like the 10th game he fucking rage quit in 2 months. I don't give a fuck anymore. I can't believe he rage quit so many games this year, dude. It's unbelievable. But let's continue.
High-profile new game releases coming up in the next several weeks that I cannot wait to get my hands on and start streaming and start recording and releasing videos on and doing, opinions and first impressions and reviews on. I love it when we hit this time of year. Traditionally,
because of money, he's so happy he could finally make money again, guys. Even though his Patreon didn't even go up at all. But okay.
it is around the end of August and then September through December when we get this big influx I like to call the hardcore gaming season, and this week is kind of like,
It's so stupid that he calls it the hardcore gaming season. Like, I know some detractors have been calling it the hardcore gaming season, but I think they're just doing that in spite. Like, they're just like, oh, like, so.
the beginning of that
Or
wave,
whatever.
the appetizer to fill us and get our appetites up and ready for that big buffet of gaming greatness that we're gonna get over the next several
Gaming
months. Okay?
greatness. Gaming greatness, everyone. Every fall is gaming greatness. Fuck that, man. Honestly, when a game releases, it's not like this event or anything. It's just, oh, cool, the game's out. Like, imagine talking like this about movie releases on DVD. On DVD, like, it's like every week there's something that comes out. Whoop-de-doo. Like, this is... But he's only hyping it so he could get views.
So I'm excited for that. And also the fact that the summer is almost over. Thank God. It's been very hot here in Washington State. And I prefer to...
Very hot. Okay. Vacation time here, everyone. I went to Greece. If you don't know what Greece is, it's a great country. It's like the best. Yeah, there's bias in there, okay? Fucking whatever, I'm Greek, okay? Of course I'm gonna like Greece. It's hot there, okay? Like, it's been like 90 to 100 degrees. Like, it gets fucking hot there, okay? It gets fucking hot. I could deal with that shit. Who gives a fuck, okay? Because heat is heat. Dude, when you're in Greece and you're doing like long hikes and all that shit, when you finally reach your destination, it's like, oh, you did it. He's sitting at home on his couch and is like, oh, it's so hot. Oh man, it's like unbearable. Fuck you, Phil. And by the way, in Greece, AC is like kind of hard to come by. Like it's getting a little, it's a lot more frequent, obviously there. Like you can finally get AC, but it's like just fucking deal with it. Fucking
stream and
plus,
record in a
man.
nice cool office, not in one that's overpoweringly hot. So thank God the temperatures should be changing shortly, and a lot of other fun stuff
Wow,
going on
hyping
as well.
temperature.
So I'm going to outline in this video what's coming up this week. I think you're going to like it this week because of all the new game content that will be coming out on all of my various channels, all right? But before we start, the other day, I was editing my review of No Man's Sky.
Why? Why are we talking about this? I kind of like his No Man's Sky review is garbage. I saw some of it and he's it's just awful. It's awful. Everything It's awful.
guy, which, by the way, gratuitous plug, you can watch that review on KO Gaming, which is at youtube.com/KO Gaming 1. That's the channel where I put up all of my game reviews and edited style videos. And as I was editing this review, I had like 20 minutes to do something. I was like, you know what? I'm going to dig in my closet right here. You can see it right here. This is my closet. That's where I have all my shit that basically came from the condo in Connecticut that I used to live in. And I piled it in there when we moved in this house in Washington. And really, quite honestly, I never unpacked it. And what I mean by that is I never went through it.
He didn't unpack what's it. He was in Washington for like a year, and he had maybe 2 years. I don't fucking remember when he moved there. Fuck it. He had all that stuff unpacked. Are you fucking kidding me?
And, you know, took stuff out or anything like that. I just took out what I needed to work, and the office just with the stuff needed to work is packed, okay? It's not like it's a giant place that I have for workspace. And so there's things that have been in there for a long time. Now, first of all, I've been using Astro A40 headphones ever since I moved to Washington. I never swapped out to another pair of headphones. These are the
Why do we care? Guys, I was using this like Diamond Dogs headset when I got it like last year or so. They're really cool. The microphone doesn't really work on my computer, so I can't use the mic, unfortunately. I think I need an adapter. But when I use it on the PS4, it works. Obviously, these are for the PlayStation 4. They're very good. They're very good headphones, and like they were like $60. And let me just talk about these headphones for no reason.
The same headphones that I was actually using currently at the end of my run in Connecticut, because the other two pairs of headphones that I had purchased both broke. That's right, I had both a pair of Triton Pro.
Why? Why are we why?
Headphones, or Pro Plus, I think it's actually formally called, and a pair of Turtle Beach X-Force XP7, I think it was called. Those broke too. They all broke, but they were all under warranty. And right near the end of when I was about to move out of Connecticut, I got all the replacements in the mail, but I never started using them. So the first thing I took out of my closet was my replacement pair of Triton Pro Plus headphones. Here they are, and you can see they're plugged into my PS4, and I forgot to turn off the amp, so the light's actually on them. They glow. And they actually have 5 speakers inside of each of the ears, which is kind of wild.
Why are we talking about this? Gee, oh God.
Reviewed these many years ago. I actually think it was right here on the King of Hate vlogs years and years ago when I first got them. And I actually started using them again. I used them today for the first time in Overwatch, and after playing Overwatch for like 3 months with the Astros and then putting these on, it's like a night and day. You can hear all the surround sound stuff you couldn't really hear with the Astros, and it kind of blew me away. I was like, man, you know, I haven't had official, like, really heavy-duty surround sound headphones being used in a long time, so I'm probably going to be using these in the near future for all the games.
Whoop-de-fuck-giddy-do! I don't give a fuck what headphones you use. You could be using fucking Apple headphones for all I care. Look, Apple headphones, guys! Did you know that I could use this and, like, music comes out of here and it's, like, you know, loud, and I can, like, use a microphone to talk on the phone? It's great, and I click the like, why do you care?
Gaming of this hardcore gaming season coming up, I'll have surround sound, which would be pretty neat. Plus, they're actually really good for noise canceling, too. So anyway, that was one thing that I pulled out. And then, the other reason that I'm really telling you this story in the weekend previews, because I really don't have anywhere else to talk about it anymore, I found this. Now, I don't even know if I ever actually made a video about this or not. I don't remember. That's how old this is. That's how long I've had this for. This, which you cannot probably see, it's in tiny text here, is the silver play button that I received way back when. Probably, I mean, I would think it was around 2010. When my DSP Gaming channel got 100,000 subscribers.
I mean, to be honest, it's kind of cool that he has it. Like, the silver play button shit's cool. Like, Mega 64, I think, has that one. And then, like, the second award they give you when you reach another amount of subscribers, I think. But, like, that's cool and all, but it's irrelevant now for him. As far as he's concerned, it's irrelevant. Oh, what do you do? Like, especially that he was like, oh, like when he got it, he was like, oh yeah, I got it. Who gives a shit later? And started playing games. He threw it there. He forgot he had it, and now he found it, and it's like, oh yeah, guys, I got this award. Oh.
YouTube sends this out when you get 100,000 subscribers, and then subsequently, if you get 1,000,000 subscribers, they send out a golden play button. And I think people who get like hundreds of millions or something crazy get the platinum play button or something like that. So I'm sure, you know, PewDiePie probably wears that as a fucking belt buckle or something. But yeah, I found it in my closet, buried in one of the bins that I had moved with. I didn't even know that's what it was. I was just looking through stuff. I was like, oh shit, that's what that is. And I opened it up, and I'm like, holy crap, here it is.
And honestly, I think he only started caring about that because he's noticing that his popularity is dwindling. So he is using this to kind of make himself relevant, to kind of give him a nice little DSP pat back moment, which is like fucking stupid. Like, it's like I get an award for doing something 10 years ago, and then I just start talking about like that award right now. Like, oh yeah, I got this award. It's like, it's fine to kind of like talk about for like in passing, or just like, you know, if you have a friend come over, like, yeah, I got this there or whatever. But like for YouTube, it's just kind of.
The thing is, and here's the honest answer, because a lot of people have asked me over the years, did I get this? Why did I never talk about it? Why didn't I celebrate when I hit 100,000? You know, there's a lot of YouTubers out there, whenever they get a certain milestone, like, I hit so-and-so number of subscribers, or so-and-so number of views, celebration and all that. I never really did that. And you know what? Here's the bottom line. This is me being real with you. When I started on YouTube, it was a joke. It was a hobby.
Oh my god, we fucking get it. It was a joke. It was a hobby. I didn't plan on doing this for like. I was immature. Like, fuck you.
Side thing. It wasn't serious. It was meant to be me playing games and dicking around and not taking myself super seriously or anything like that. And I never thought in my wildest dreams that over the years that I would be reviewing games to the length that I do now, that I would be doing full playthroughs, and it would be my job and my source of income and employment, and that people would know me all over the world
we
for
get
doing
it.
I just thought it was a funny fucking thing. So for me to get this for DSP Gaming, right? When I did, it was kind of silly. I was like, who cares, you know?
Yeah, but like, if I didn't take something seriously, let's say I didn't take anything seriously. Like, let's say I didn't take my main YouTube channel seriously, and I got that many subscribers, and I get that, I would definitely have made a video about it. Be like, yeah, I got it. Ooh, like, I would have just fucking just did that, because that, if you're not taking things seriously, everything, you could use it as a joke then. But he didn't care because he's a fucking idiot. He had a opportunity to like even springboard further into popularity, and he was like, no, fuck that, we're not talking about that. Okay.
I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, I'm having fun doing it, and this is just a silly thing. Now it's kind of like I look back and I'm like, you know what? I think I really was kind of immature back then.
And I said this on Twitter, like, I saw a little bit of this stuff here, I kind of spoiled myself, but I said, so he was immature, not showing off or bragging he got this trophy, but it was immature to not do that, but oh yeah, bragging and showing off this trophy is very mature. That's the only people that think like that are fucking children. Like, that is immature to fucking brag about it. It was mature not to talk about it. If you really want to cut it that way, like, you can don't say like, yeah, well, I just thought it'd be immature if I just start bragging about this trophy I got. Didn't want to talk about it because it's called being modest. Like, how is that immature? This is immature. He derailed the weekend preview just to fucking talk about it. He talked about it on Instagram, talked about it on Twitter, he's talking about it here. He's probably not gonna shut up about it anymore. Like, fuck you.
That if I had more of a direct relationship with my viewers in regards to having like a community, right? And we celebrated milestones like this
He doesn't want a community, but he has a forum site. Okay. And he also sells his stream chat as a community. Okay.
And had a lot of positivity. Instead of just being about games, and dicking around joking about games, if I'd be like, wow, look what we did together. Awesome. Let's keep going and let's do that. Maybe I could have been, You know what I mean? One of those YouTubers that had branched out and reached a wider audience. But I think what happened was I kind of always just stayed the same. The kind of dickish guy who joked around, made fun of games, and didn't really care about how, anything. And, that worked for a certain amount of time.
What was this, dude? It's like, dude.
Right? I mean, I kind of had that same kind of attitude all throughout 2011, all the way into 2012, and that's really when things kind of changed, and I realized the face of YouTube was changing. People weren't coming out to watch raw playthroughs anymore. They wanted to see edited stuff. They also wanted to see direct capture, which I wasn't even doing at that point. They wanted to see higher quality. They wanted to see reviews that were worth a shit. I had been making reviews for years, and when I started making reviews, they were really quickly whipped together, and, they were popular.
They're still quickly whipped together. Like his reviews are worse, to be honest. Like they're worse. But whatever.
For a while, and they fell out of popularity. Now that I do edited reviews, now all of a sudden my reviews are getting popularity again. So
yeah, nothing to do with the clickbait titles and thumbnails. Nope, not at all.
Go figure, right? But anyway, I wanted to pull this out and show everyone. Yes, I have the silver play button. I've had it for quite some time. Like I said, I'm almost positive I either got this in late 2010 or early 2011. I hit the 100,000 subscriber mark on DSP Gaming. And the thing is, it's kind of been stagnant since then. Right now I'm at over 180,000 subscribers. But if you don't notice, it doesn't really go up that much. Every once in a while there'll be a spurt if I'm covering a brand new release or something.
But it goes down. Like, it covers a brand new release. People subscribe, but then they unsubscribe immediately because they realize that they made a mistake. So
like that, but it really has kind of plateaued, and I think the reason is, like I said, back in the day when I started on YouTube, 2008 to 2012, doing raw gameplay footage was like the thing. Everyone loved it, but then you had all these YouTubers who are the bigger gaming YouTubers, are about making edited shows that are more digestible. It's not unedited raw content. Instead, it's like a comedy show. You're not watching them to play the game. You're watching them to do jokes and have fun and have an entertainment show for you. That's not what I do. The videos I put out are very different from a YouTuber who does that, and I pride myself on that, and I'm not going to change that, understand. But because of that, because I haven't appealed to the mainstream and what these kids are looking for on YouTube, this is probably the final milestone that I'm ever going to hit on DSP Gaming. Alright? Just being real. Do I ever see DSP Gaming hit a million subs? Hell no. At this point, I don't think there's any way that the thing could ever hit a million subscribers. I couldn't even think of a way. Even if like half my videos went viral, I don't think I would get that many subscribers. People have almost been like conditioned in their heads to think that someone who does full raw playthroughs isn't
we're really talking about
person on YouTube anymore, and they couldn't possibly be. That you have to do this edited style comedy show in order to be popular, and I'm not.
We're really talking about this 10 minutes in, and we're not even talking about Deus Ex or anything. The first video I start my return with, and we're not, like, it's just, there's nothing to like react to. This is just boring shit. It's the same thing that he's been saying, like, oh yeah, my playthroughs are different, but they're just garbage and no one likes them, but whatever. I mean, you guys know the whole deal with this. I don't have to explain why he's a fucking idiot about this. Like you know.
All about that. Alright? So anyway, I wanted to show this to you. If anything, what I think could happen is with my new channel, KO Gaming, a channel that started with 0 this year, because I started it in January of this year. As of right now, it's hit over 22,000 subscribers last night. Right now, I think it's already past that, I think. It's like almost, 22,100 or something like that. I think I could get an...
But it also dropped, though. It also dropped subscribers as well. There's no way he's gonna hit that, point with KO Gaming, because it doesn't retain anything. People are gonna sub to him, watch a few videos, and then they're gonna realize that it's a gimmick channel, and they're gonna leave, because all the videos on that channel don't feel genuine, and they don't feel organic. They feel like a guy putting something out because they have to put something out, and it doesn't come off genuine. That's what I liked about the First Impressions series he doesn't do anymore, basically. because that came off as a genuine playlist. I was like, oh, cool, like, yeah, here's impressions on something. That's fine. I like that series, but he doesn't do as much of impressions anymore. And now it's just reviews and rant videos. That's all that channel is, and that's not gonna retain viewers because, like, you have better YouTubers. Like, as much as I'm not a huge fan of Alpha Omega Sin, I can see why people watch him. I can understand why people like his channel. I would never say like, oh yeah, it makes no sense why people like him because he does say things that people want to hear or that he has very good opinions on things. But like the only reason why I don't watch him is because he's just yelling half the time, and that's whatever. But his videos feel more genuine than Phil's on KO Gaming. KO Gaming doesn't feel genuine or anything. You can find a better YouTuber doing the same thing. Like, it's not gonna last, and it's not gonna thrive or grow because there's nothing on that channel. Let's continue with this.
Another one of these for that channel. If I stick with it with that channel and I work hard and I put in the effort like I've been doing all this year to do highly edited videos with the supplementary video footage.
Yeah, highly edited. Remember the hits of the week? Yeah, RIP.
And raw playthroughs to back up the stuff that I say on the channel, I think I could get to this level. And I think ideally what I would like to do, and I talked about this in pre-streams and stuff, but it's good to talk about it in the week in preview. Ideally what I would like to do is split my time completely between raw gameplay and edited projects. I would like to be streaming and playing, but then take that and put it into an edited project basically all of the time.
Hits of the week. Hits of the week. Just remember hits of the week.
So that time, I'm basically doubling up on the usefulness of my time, right? And so...
Also, remember when he said he would do more vlogs? Yeah, I do. I remember.
The way that could be successful is if KO Gaming could finally hit a level where it's getting the kind of viewership that DSP Gaming gets. Then I could split my time between them completely and it would be worth...
But aren't they getting the same views? Like they're basically getting the same views. I'm not getting bothered looking, but like I don't care.
While right now, KO Gaming really doesn't get that. It gets good views on the reviews, but I'm only releasing, one a week? Maybe 2 videos a week? So it's nothing like it is on DSP Gaming, and those videos are so time-consuming to make. We're talking, the shortest video I think I ever made for KO Gaming was like 3 to 4 hours. The longest was probably like 10 to 12 hours of editing and work. So you can understand the difference between, the longest was probably like, the shortest video I think I ever made for KO Gaming was like 3 to 4 hours. The longest was probably like 10 to 12 hours of...
See how I couldn't keep eye contact saying how many hours? Like, I can't really tell you how long it takes me to make a video because I don't keep time. I don't keep track of time, so for all I know, I could be doing like 1 hour of work. But, well, the thing is that it's obviously a little bit more than 1 hour of work because I'm also recording myself doing art footage and whatever. You know what I do if you go on my main channel. But, like, it takes me a while and, you get the views that you see. There's no way his videos take that long. I mean, I believe the 3 to 4 hour one a little bit. The 10 to 12 or whatever, that one just sounds like a lie. That sounds like a fairy tale. There's no way he spends that long. No. Unless he's like Googling shit and he forgot what he Googled for or something. There's no way it takes him that long to make a review. No, it doesn't. You're lying, Phil. No.
Of editing and work, so you can understand the difference between me sitting here and doing a playthrough versus editing one of those videos is drastic. All I want to say is this. Thank you for your support on DSP Gaming, on KO Gaming, here on the King of Hate vlogs, everywhere that you've watched my stuff. I appreciate it.
Because the thing is that the easiest thing about making a review is just recording your opinion. That's the easiest thing you can do. Everything else, like when you're putting the video together, that takes longer. So... just fuck you.
Right now, I think the way forward is to keep doing what I'm doing and just kind of staying positive. I think this year I've done a way better job.
So like all these changes that you just said, then he negates it by saying, "Oh yeah, the way forward is just doing what I've been doing." So wait, so are you gonna be doing the thing you said you want to do, or are you just gonna stay the same? What do you want to do, Phil? and then this whole thing. But I'm way more positive than I was before. So all those rage quits, Phil. What about those rage quits? Persona 3. Remember you shat on the game, you shot on everyone. Dude, that. Just watch my Persona 3 video. Tell me how positive he was during that whole thing. Tell me how positive he was. And then, just watch No Man's Sky. He got so angry at Sean Murray for no reason. To me, he was bullied by Asians. Okay, that's why he makes fun of them all the time, every chance he gets. He got bullied by nerds as well. He got bullied by everyone, basically, even though he's a bully himself, but whatever. But it's just the whole thing with Sean Murray and everything that Phil said about Sean Murray is just, it makes no sense. And I got really mad reading his comments about Sean Murray, and that's kind of why I don't want to watch his No Man's Sky review, because that's just gonna get me really angry. Like it's the worst thing, and I hate it because it shows all the bad traits of Phil in one video. It's just no. Fuck you, Phil.
Staying positive than I have in previous years. I am not focusing on all the bullshit anymore. I'm ignoring most of it. I mean, just think of the things that have happened this year that if I had focused on the negative would have destroyed me, and instead, because I had a different attitude, I've persevered over them tremendously. And
yeah, look at his Patreon. It really helped him when he rage quit Persona 3. That's probably why the Patreon's choice did not win. Did not get the money, because no one liked his attitude about the game that people paid $12.50 for.
Also the fact that this year, really, when you think about it, all that negativity that used to be around me is starting to go away. If anything, people forgot about all that shit, and now they know me for more sillier stuff, which is fine in my opinion. I'd much rather be known as the guy who had an accident on stream than...
I don't want to be known as the guy who jacked off on stream. I don't mind that people know me as the guy who jacked off on stream. Okay, which narrative do you want to be, Phil? Obviously, he wants to be known as the guy who jacked off on stream. That's why his thumbnail on Twitter is his O-face. Like, it's just so pathetic. This is the most pathetic thing I've seen. Like, really pathetic.
And the hateful asshole who destroys games and is the worst YouTuber. All that's kind of going away.
No, it's not.
So I'm happy about...
What reality does he live in? Did he forget about Persona 3? Did he forget about No Man's Sky? Like, no. You're still a negative asshole. Fuck you.
Thank you for that. Please, if you haven't checked out KO Gaming yet, you gotta check it out. YouTube.com/KO Gaming 1. I mean, the amount of effort that I'm putting into the videos on that channel and the fact that it has gone viral, there's been videos on there that almost have 1 million views. Give it a look. I think you're gonna like what you see. Okay? Alright, fair enough. I got all that off my chest, and now I could talk about this week's schedule. I know that was 10 minutes of your time, but I want...
10 minutes. 13 minutes. I mean, he's only 3 minutes off, but fuck, man. Fuck, that was brutal.
I wanted to talk a little bit about other stuff, alright? This week is gonna be a great week. Here we go. So just let me line you up with everything coming. Today, I played a session of Overwatch. Now, I've been playing Overwatch about once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, for the past several months since the game released.
And he was really positive about McCree players. He's very positive about that.
Going back to the well pretty often because I really enjoyed the game. Today, after playing, I said, you know what? In light of all the new releases that are coming up in the next several weeks, rather than me saying, oh, I'm going to do Overwatch of the weekend, instead I'm going to focus on those games because I want to dedicate myself to them and immerse myself in them, not have them be like one thing I'm balancing with several others and then lose track of what I'm doing with those games, alright? And what that means is that Overwatch is now on hold. I'm probably not going to be playing it again until in September there will be an update for Overwatch. If you're not aware, it's going to be a patch that's going to rebalance the game. I've heard that characters like Mei are going to get lots of buffs, and characters like Genji are going to get lots of nerfs, okay? So it's going to rebalance the game
Nerfs.
totally again, just like how D.Va was almost never played. Now D.Va's like one of the most popular characters in the game. I get the feeling we're going to see a shuffling around again once this patch is released. And there's going to be a new map, the map that they premiered at Gamescom. This map set in Germany. Could be pretty sweet. Looks like a castle medieval kind of thing. So when that releases in September, I'll return back to Overwatch. But for now, what I just released on DSP Gaming today is the final Overwatch gameplay you'll see until that expansion happens. Alright. So what new stuff can you expect this week? Tomorrow, Monday the 22nd. I'm returning to Scarface. I know some people are going to say, yeah! Some people are going to say, I know how it is, because this is a downtime playthrough. Some people loved it, and some people are hating it. I can tell, just look at the views. Some people...
How can you tell that by the views? That's right. I was like, I read that tweet like from Dragon Killer. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out. I was like, how can you tell by the views? Because if people don't like it, they would have to watch it. I mean, is he talking about like how the views are declining? Is that what he means? But that's probably what he means. But
people absolutely are ravenously wanting more, and other people are like, nah, I'm going to skip it. I'm going to wait for a new game. And I get that, okay? I figured that would happen with downtime playthroughs.
His voice is so annoying now. I don't know why. I just don't. I don't know. It's like he could say this anything, and he sounds like a douche. Like for some reason, just hearing that, like I get that. It just sounds annoying.
The good news is I grinded off camera, and I say off camera meaning I didn't record it for YouTube, but I live streamed and I actually talked with my viewing audience.
He grinded. He cheated.
On stream for about an hour the last time I played the game, giving me enough money to buy the unique collectibles I need to progress. I have enough money to buy the items where my reputation will go up and we can go right into the story the next time that I play. So tomorrow, Monday, another 3 to 3.5 hour stream of Scarface, and I'll be focusing in on progressing the story into the last leg, because we are at the end of the game, if you're not aware. We just got North Beach to do, and then that's it. That's the conclusion of the game. So we're coming to the end of it right now, and I am excited.
The salt I've been kind of catching with Fred Fox, because here's the thing about Greece, as far as like where I've been in Greece. The internet there isn't stellar. It's not like, oh yeah, I can watch like hour-long videos or whatever. I kind of avoided watching all of the videos that Fred Fox have been posting. But I saw a few and I was like, wow, this salt is fucking amazing. And I kind of am hyped for his This Is How You Don't Play. So Fred Fox, if you're watching this, hey man, I'm gonna watch that This Is How You Don't Play. I haven't played Scarface, nor watched the movie. I don't know how that happened, but I didn't, and I'm hyped for your This Is How You Don't Play, so that says something.
Alright, so that's coming up on Monday. That'll be Monday's gameplay stream.
Oh, hype.
Excuse me. Monday night, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to think about it, because there's been some things going on in gaming recently.
Here we go. This is something I've been complaining a lot. And I want to say, all my East Coast viewers, let's all listen to this. Let's all listen. Let's just stop what you're doing and let's listen.
I think that maybe I could talk about that maybe could be interesting topics of discussion. All right. There's things in pop culture in particular that maybe could be interesting topics. All right. Or maybe I'll just take the night off, because the bottom line is the rest of the week is going to be so busy with so much stuff.
Why not do vlogs? You said you want to do more vlogs. Do a vlog.
Going on with the new releases, that maybe just taking a few hours to myself and relaxing and not worrying about I need to put a video out for one night may be better for me than anything else.
Remember when he said he can't do I'm sorry, East Coasters, this isn't the part. I'm sorry. Remember when he said that he can't take days off, and now he's taking a night off? God. Wow, that was a fucking pointless phone call. I'm sorry, everyone. I can't believe that fucking happened. Now I have to edit. Fuck. Let's continue. I don't remember what I was saying.
Not sure. Now, I had originally made plans to start Deus Ex Mankind Divided on Monday night. I wanted to do a late night.
Oh yeah, he's taking a day off. Yeah, that's fucking stupid. Okay, there you go.
Launch stream, but on PSN.
Oh, okay, East Coasters. Welcome back. Let's listen to this part.
Game's not releasing until midnight Pacific time. It makes absolutely no sense. It's a digital fucking release. It should release across the entire country at the same time. But this goes hand in hand with a series I did.
Yeah, East Coasters. He is whining that he has to wait up till midnight to play the game. What time is it in the East Coast when it's midnight Pacific time? Does anyone know? Everyone knows. It's 3 a.m. He is whining that he has to be up, that they get it at midnight. Normal time for everyone. Like, oh, when it's 9 p.m. his time when it comes out, it's midnight our time. He's a fucking baby. I personally do hate when I have to wait till 3 a.m. to fucking play a game, so I don't fucking do it and I go to sleep. I really can't stand when they go by West Coast time for midnight releases. But I don't fucking say like, oh man, I can't believe that they do this. That makes no sense. And then I go to sleep. No, I don't give a shit that they do it. Like, why does it make no sense to do it one way or the other? Because I can make the same case that it doesn't make any sense why it's midnight our time, why they release at 9 p.m. on the West Coast. Why do they get at 9 p.m.? Like, this is nuts. The only reason why he's saying it makes no sense is because he's a baby. Like, he can't stay up past 10. But yet he goes to bed at 2.
In late July, early August on KO Gaming, the top 10 worst things about modern gaming. Digital releases don't have consistent release times. They never did, and they still don't today. This game could have come out at 9 p.m. my time, midnight my time, or, in the case in point, the other new release I'm playing this week, King of Fighters 14, guess when that one releases? Noon on Tuesday. It's a digital release. Why are you...
Noon on Tuesday when games come out, and they usually update the store at that time. I don't get it!
Waiting like there's a street date till noon on Tuesday to allow me to play the fucking game. It doesn't make any fucking sense. If I actually wanted to play King of Fighters 14 first on Tuesday instead of Deus Ex, I couldn't if I got the digital version because that's the way they've ordered it. It makes no fucking sense.
Who fucking cares? Deal with it, DSP. I hate when games have inconsistent release times, but I fucking deal with it. It's called being a fucking person. Grow the fuck up.
And why are we standing for this? Why aren't we going to Sony and say, hey Sony, we're not gonna fucking buy your games digitally unless you consistently release them at the same fucking time, because we're just tired of being jerked around.
Yeah, I'm being jerked around by waiting for games to come out. It's so stupid. Why can't you just release games when I want? Fucking entitlement this guy has over video games is something else.
But that's what it is. It's like, oh, well, it's games, so it's just kids playing them, right? We don't have to give consistent information or consistency in anything we deliver because they're just video games. That's not serious business. Bullshit. Video games are the biggest entertainment industry on planet fucking Earth now, and we need to stand up as gamers and say, fuck this, we're not putting up with it anymore. But I digress. Everything got shot to shit when I found out Deus Ex was not releasing at 9 p.m. like it usually is digitally. Instead, it was until midnight, and let's face it, midnight my time, 3 a.m. Eastern time. Not a lot of people were going to show up for that premiere stream, and quite honestly, I was going to be...
Oh, no.
Far too tired to want to play the game at that point.
Yeah, I'd be very tired at midnight. I mean, like, when I have to wake up, when I have to do midnight releases, I'm just, like, so tired. Fuck you. You should, I would love to see him actually fly international and see how he handles jet lag. I would love to see that.
So, what that means is this Tuesday, which would be August 23rd, yes, 2 gameplay streams. The first stream will be around noon Pacific time. Deus Ex Mankind Divided premieres for around 3.5 hours. Then I take a break. I come back later that night, 7 p.m. with the King of Fighters 14 premiere. And the good news is...
By the way, I'm like really... I'm really disappointed with King of Fighters. I played the demo and I didn't really like it. I mean, it's not bad, but I liked 13 more.
Holy shit, unlike Street Fighter V? King of Fighters 14 actually has content in their fucking game at launch. Oh, who would have imagined?
Content watching the Street Fighter 5 give you content for free. Oh. His salt on Street Fighter 5 is hilarious. I actually love Street Fighter 5. The other 2 weeks I was playing Alpha 3 Max on the PSP. That's the best version of Alpha 3. That is actually a really good game. They should just make a Street Fighter game like that again, because Alpha 3 had the biggest roster, had the most modes that I would love to see return. Like, they had a dramatic mode where you control two characters at the same time. They had a world tour mode where you kind of level up your character. That was great. Capcom, do that again. Why? Why haven't you been... Whatever. But, like, his soul on Street Fighter 5 is so irrelevant now, because there's enough to make it a full game. And I've always said to people, if the content's free, I don't care. You can give me, like, a half-finished game at launch, but if the content I'm getting is free later on, I don't care. I'll wait. I mean, yeah, I would love that content to be at launch. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying what Capcom did with Street Fighter 5 was great, but, it's just, at least it's free. At least I don't have to pay money for the story mode. At least I didn't have to buy it. I mean, it's like, there's other games that sell you less. Like, just play The Order 1886 and you will probably hate that. That game is awful.
Imagine you sell a fighting game with content and people might fucking buy it. Yeah, the game has a in-depth tutorial mode that actually shows you all of the move sets, so you can test the moves out in training mode and see what they all do. It's got a time attack.
But it's gonna still have input delay. Watch. It's gonna be like, oh, it's dropping my combos.
Attack mode, similar to what Street Fighter 5 has with kind of its challenge mode, only it's better in my opinion. It's got a story mode. Oh my god, a legitimate fucking story for a fighting game. Anyway, yeah, it's got...
Well, Street Fighter 5 has a story mode!
A story mode. So I'm gonna be... And the game, by the way, 50 fucking characters at launch. One of the biggest King of Fighter rosters ever. So, Street Fighter 5 had like, what? A little over a dozen? 50 in this one, you know.
I don't know where to start with this, because Street Fighter 5, it's expanding their characters, DLC that you don't have to pay money for. Like, you could pay money for those characters, but I don't.
Shows a little bit more care for what you're releasing, doesn't it? But anyway, I digress.
Skullgirls Second Encore is the best fighting game, man.
Comes out Tuesday. I'm playing that Tuesday night, alright? Now, what I'm planning to do for the week is kind of doing the whole week like that. We'll have Deus Ex Progress on my earlier stream, and then at night, I'll do some King of Fighters. Now, I'm going to be honest with everyone. I don't particularly liked doing the late streams for a couple reasons. Number one, because not a lot of people usually show up when I do the later streams. They just don't. It's late, it's at night, a lot of my viewing audience is asleep or they're not available at that time. So I understand if, you know, I'm streaming King of Fighters and not a lot of people are showing up, alright?
But that's kind of telling of what his demographic is, because usually the only people who are busy at night are usually, like, people who have family or their kids. Because they usually have to do homework and they go to bed or, you know, whatever. Because he streams in the morning, or the afternoon, whatever. And that's usually when, like, kids are usually around and they kind of chill, whatever. So, yeah. Because obviously his demographic isn't adults. Or it's adults that are unemployed, or they just have free time or something. I don't know. Who cares?
And number two, it's a hassle to set up the stream, shut it down, upload, set up the stream again, shut it down, to do all that twice.
It's not that hard. I am not a pro streamer myself, and I stream all the time. I can stream all the time if I want to. It's just I don't really... I don't get like, a lot of interaction on streams. But I'm hoping for this Ask the King stream and the 24-hour stream I get something, so yeah.
A day is a little bit of a pain in the ass. I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm just saying unless there's enough people to support me continuously doing 2 streams a day, I'm not going to do it. So what I mean by that is, probably Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll do 2 streams no matter what. Deus Ex, King of Fighters, Deus Ex, King of Fighters. Then I will see how are things going. If the stream attendance is great for both games, then I'll continue later on in the week to do dual streams, Thursday, Friday. If the viewership is trailing off for something in particular, I'm thinking it's going to be King of Fighters, then maybe I won't live stream, but I'll still record a later session, okay? Now, here's the thing.
Oh, get hyped. He's gonna shit on Street Fighter V all week. And look, it's just like I probably said this a few times, but if you don't like Street Fighter V, that's fine. But it's like it's really annoying when a YouTuber just shits on a game all the time. Like it's one thing to be like, yeah, I don't like this game and here's why I don't like it. But like that's fine. I don't mind if a YouTuber talks about a game that you don't like or why they don't like the game or something. I mean, I could kind of deal with that with the Metal Gear Solid 5 because I do see flaws in that game. I see why people don't like it. But like the way that when Phil doesn't like a game, he just keeps hammering on it over and over and over. He nitpicks the fuck out of it. It's really annoying to sit through, and I can't fucking stomach it. That's why a lot of Nintendo fans that used to watch Phil don't watch him anymore, because he shits on Nintendo all the time. Like, if he keeps shitting on Street Fighter V, those views are just gonna drop, and the only people that are gonna be watching are people who like the Salt. But he's never gonna play that game again. It's so fucking shitty. And Sammy, before you tell me, but Theo, he's gonna play Urien. After that, what's he gonna do with Street Fighter V? It's gonna collect fucking dust.
Deus Ex, from all intents and purposes and reports, is probably going to be a pretty long game. If I remember correctly, the last one was very long. It was some, over 20 hours of gameplay. That could be the style of game that maybe after 2 or 3 sessions warrants a first impressions video, where I tell you, oh, here's what I think about the new Deus Ex after a certain amount of gameplay, and I could make a video like that for KO Gaming. But that means I have to take time out from playing 2 games in one day, so I may have to not play King of Fighters one day in order to do that. So I'm going to play it by ear. I'm going to see how things go. I'm going to feel things out this week and see exactly how they go, and we're going to go from there. The bottom line is, if Deus Ex really is 18 hours long, I mean, I could end up playing it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and beat it by Sunday and to do the review on Monday. In which case, there was no reason to do a first impressions.
But I thought reviews take a long time, Phil. How can you release a video on Monday if it takes 10 to 12 hours to make a video?
Because I beat the whole game within a week, you know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see how it goes and go from there, all right? King of Fighters, I really don't think is going to be one of those games that is going to be over and done with very quickly. In fact, but a lot of people don't know this, I have a long history with King of Fighters. I played the original series in arcades.
I'm a huge fan.
From King of Fighters 94, which was the first one, all the way through 98, I played in arcades. And then the other ones I played on console later on. I know all about the characters, the lore of the characters. I'm talking the old school. Obviously, the newer characters, I'm not going to know jack diddly shit about. But the characters up through
I mean, I wish I knew more about King of Fighters to see oh yeah, but I have a feeling. I think the character's name's Axel, the guy with the hat and blonde hair. I just got into King of Fighters 13 was my first game, and I barely played that game a lot. So bear with me. I have a feeling he's gonna call that character Ken. What if he calls that character Ken? Oh, Ken here.
The 90s and early 2000s. I know all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
So I actually will have an invested interest in what's going on with these characters in the story, how they've evolved, how do the characters play, etc. in this game. If I like the game, I'll probably continuously play it and play it on and off. I may even maybe once a week do a major stream of it on a weekend or something where I play the game. Maybe I check out new characters. We go online. We do online play with those characters. It depends. I don't want to promise anyone the world because you saw what happened with Street Fighter V. I thought for sure, man, this could be the game to turn everything around for me, get me back to the competitive edge, and the game ended up being one of the worst fucking Street Fighters ever created. That was a numbered entry for competitive play for multiple different reasons. And I just have no desire to play it again until the Urien character gets released. Which, by the way, still no info on that. And I'm wondering if Capcom's just going to drop it out of nowhere. Oh, it's the end of August.
That's how every DLC character has been. They always just dropped it whenever. It's at this point, The only thing that's been consistent is that it's been at the end of the month. So just wait till the end of August. This random mistrust with Capcom makes no fucking sense to me. It's unbelievable how he keeps claiming that, oh, Capcom's not going to deliver on a promise. They delivered every promise they made with this game, as far as I'm concerned, because they said, well, we're going to release Jury at the end of the month. Okay, Jury's at the end of the month. The only character that they kind of whatever with was Ibuki, which I don't understand why they waited until like July to release her, but whatever, or June, whatever. But it's so fucking dumb that he's like, well, they don't, I don't know what to do.
It's out tomorrow, and everyone's gonna be like, well, when were we supposed to fucking prepare for that? Because there's all these other games coming out.
What preparation do people do? It's a character. It's like, oh yeah, it's coming out tomorrow. Okay, great. Whoop you do. I'll buy it or something. Like, who cares? There's no preparation with this. It's a fucking video game.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, yeah, I will be covering King of Fighters, and we'll see. Depending on how much I like it, will depend on how much coverage I do of it, and if it becomes an ongoing thing or not. All right. So that's the major stuff for this week. You're gonna see Scarface, full coverage of Deus Ex, and some coverage of King of Fighters, depending on how much time that I have during the week and the interest level of my viewership. This weekend, I may or may not return to Titanfall 2, because apparently this coming weekend there's supposed to be more content released for their open pre-alpha testing. I played it this weekend, and it was interesting.
Pre-alpha testing, isn't it just a beta?
It seems like it's Titanfall with a grappling hook that allows you to move a lot faster than you could in the original game. But overall, it feels like the original Titanfall, and it really doesn't feel like something that's going to catch on or become massively competitive or anything like that. It's a kind of game you rent, you play it for a full weekend, wow, that was good, and you never play it again. That's kind of still what it feels like to me. All right, still what it seems like. We'll see if this weekend I feel like playing it more. If I do, maybe Saturday or Sunday I'll do another session. But the bottom line is, I'm going to be so busy with Deus Ex and King of Fighters, I don't know if I'm going to want to do that. We'll have to see how things go with those two games, all right? Now, next week, we've got Attack on Titan. Now, this is a game based on the manga and anime that I watched.
Manga and anime that I watched? So you watched the manga? I thought you were supposed to read mangas, not watch them.
And I love the anime. I saw the first 2 seasons or whatever of it. And
they're parts, but that, I guess that's kind of a nitpick, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to avoid that it says part 1 and part 2, but whatever. Attack on Titan isn't that great, to be honest. Like, I watched the first 2 parts, and it's just like, I don't care anymore. Like, I really don't care about Attack on Titan anymore. I was, like, into it when I watched it, but then after that, and, like, I sat with it for a while, it's like, I don't give a fuck anymore. It's just, it's there. Like, I'm sorry. I just, it didn't last for me. It's like, it's not terrible, but it's just like, it kind of feels like Naruto, where it's like, yeah, or like Full Metal Alchemist, where it's like, yeah, you know, I can see stuff, there's stuff I like in there, but it's just the overall package I just didn't really like. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah.
And I want to play a game with this. Like, I'm really excited. So I hope the game is good, and I hope that if you are a fan of that you'll check it out, because I really want to see how this translates into a game, alright? Plus, Nuka World, the final DLC story-based expansion for Fallout 4, also releases that week. But what I'm starting to get concerned about now is Deus Ex, King of Fighters, Attack on Titan, and Fallout 4 DLC all within a week, with the potential looming, maybe Urien will release in Street Fighter V, you know what I mean? So all that happening makes me a little nervous. Which is going to be too much to handle in a short period of time.
I can't handle this. Like, dude, just pick the games you want to stream and stream it. You don't have to stream everything.
Now, the good news is that early September is completely empty. Originally, we were supposed to see XCOM 2 and some other stuff come out. All got bumped until later. So really, the entire first 10 to 12 days of September, there's nothing new coming out At least that's announced right now. So that means I'll have time. Any of those games I just mentioned to you, or even if the Urian character comes out in Street Fighter V, I can space it out, I can balance it, so that I have enough time to handle it and cover it all.
There you go.
And not have to rush through it to get one done to get to the next one, alright?
But he always rushes. Remember that he said like last year that he man, I'm like that he's finally like taking time with games. He's still rushing through all of them. He hasn't changed. But that's how it's always been with him.
Also keep in mind, all of these games, I'd like to review them for KO Gaming. So you're talking potential of 4 big new reviews for new releases that I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. That's going to take up time to do as well. And you still got Scarface. I'm not going to finish Scarface tomorrow. So Scarface will be lingering, and then when I finally finish up with all the new stuff sometime in early September, I'll be starting up with the continuation and conclusion of Scarface. Now, last thing to hit upon here.
Oh, last thing.
In mid-September, so I think it's actually September 13th, we've got major stuff coming out. We've got Recode, which is the game that we've been seeing advertised by Microsoft for
Recode. I don't have an Xbox One, and I know the title is Recore. Like, what a fucking
2
idiot.
freaking years. Xbox One exclusive, looks pretty good, and I want to play that.
How does he mess up that title? How?
There's also a BioShock HD collection and a
Dead
Rising remastered collection. And
to be honest, I'm more hyped with the Dead Rising remaster because I want to play Dead Rising 1 again, and dude, on PS4, great.
I'm interested in replaying both the original BioShock, which I did a playthrough of on YouTube years and years ago for Darkside Phil, but it wasn't a very high quality playthrough. It wasn't direct capture. The audio was terrible, and half of it, I'm not even kidding you, for a big chunk of it, I was drinking, and I wasn't really commenting or paying attention to anything.
Dude, this is like the Resident Evil 5 shit over again. I was drunk. I was drinking. Like... Okay.
Anything going on in the game, I'd love to redo that one for you.
Oh
Plus,
my
I never
God.
played Dead Rising 1 for YouTube. I never even finished the game myself, so that would be an awesome thing to probably do as well. So I'm looking forward to playing those, plus Recore, it's called, not Recode, I screwed up the names, Recore, around the middle of September, alright? Now, the final thing I want to bring up is Patreon, because this month in August right now...
Dude, this is... Okay, this is kind of like the best thing to watch after my break from everything. It's like everything in one video, just like it instantly was like, okay, we have laziness from Phil. We have Phil talking about his e-dick. We have Phil rushing through games, hating on games, and like talking about drinking. Like everything that was Phil is summed up in this video. Everything about him is summed up here. And now he's talking about Patreon.
We've got about 11 days left, I think. No, it's 10 days left in August. Only 10 days left for you to pledge to my Patreon. And if we do hit the goal for this month, which let me get to it, because I, unfortunately, once again, I've forgotten to set this up for you. That's not it. That's it. If we hit the goal for this month, it's going to be either Jak 3, Banjo-Kazooie, or Crash Bandicoot 3. I got another pledge, so now we're even closer. I think we're around $160, give or take a few bucks, to hitting the goal. If we hit the goal, I'm also going to be playing one of these games in that second half of September, balanced with those other games that I just mentioned to you. So, if you want to see one of these classic playthroughs happen amongst all of these new releases, please pledge to my Patreon. I mean, I only need a few more people to pledge for us to actually hit the goal by the end of the month and for us to do a fun playthrough coming up in September. Right. So please consider pledging if you have not, right there at patreon.com/DarksidePhil. And of course, if you pledge $5 or more, you can actually participate in the vote on which of these games will make it to fruition in a full playthrough starting in September.
Okay. Don't
now
donate.
Let's see if I can find my friggin'... Here it is.
Don't.
Okay. I wanted to throw that out there because that's going to be a big part of September if it happens. If not, if we just forget about it and no one pledges, it's not going to happen. And we're not going to see that classic playthrough balance with all the modern and new releases, okay? All right. So that is it for the weekend preview. I know I just talked about a ridiculous amount of stuff. I apologize the video was so long, but I think it was one of the better weekend previews, right? A lot better than recently. We got new stuff coming out, so I'm excited. I'm positive about it. I've got good news with KO Gaming and everything I'm reporting, you know. This is awesome. And I actually wish I could go back in time and change my attitude a little bit in the past about celebrating this kind of stuff. This is because of you watching and me busting my ass over the years. And I hope that maybe in the future we can get more accolades and things. But for now, I'm trying to find a place. I was actually thinking maybe I could hang it like right here. Right? If it could fit right there. And then maybe you could kind of see it in my videos, right? The vlogs and stuff. So maybe it's worth my time. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, thank you for this.
He's stroking his dick over something he got years ago. Who cares?
Thank you for everything. This year's been great so far.
Oh my god, what a child.
I'm really looking forward to playing new games this week and seeing you for the coverage of the new games. Thank you. I'll see you then. And of course, without further ado.
Okay, we're done. Now I have to put these videos together because that stupid fucking phone call made by a detractor and all that shit. Thanks for watching. As a reminder, yes, I'll be doing 2 streams. The 24-hour stream is later on this week, maybe mid-week. Twitter will have the information on that. My DSP, Ask the King, Endure will be tonight, Monday night, at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, I'll post information on that on my Twitter, so you can see both. So, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Thanks for waiting. And, you know, if you come back to watch this video and you're like, hey man, great. Thanks for coming back and watching and waiting for my 2 weeks, because I know, yeah, I know shit. So anyways, there's that. Thanks for watching and stay happy, everyone. Hope you guys have a nice rest of the, well, if you're in school, enjoy the rest of your summer vacation. If you are not in school and you're working, enjoy your life. Whatever, you know what I mean. Have a good time.